Okay, in this session, we are going to talk about working with views and URLs.py file. So, as I told you in the last session, that views is used for to create your implemented your own logic. So here we are going to talk create our function to working with views. So let's say I'm creating a function. Let's say home view. Inside this, then I can pass a request. Then I can return request, and here I can do that I can pass the instead of request I can pass HTTP response request from Django dot HTTP import HTTP response this one, and instead of I can do that HTTP response here, so I can request, let's say, uh hello one. All right, I can save it. Now I can do that one thing, that I have to pass this function inside url.py file to call this function whenever, let's say, my app.views import that views name is home. In this case, I can pass input home. Alright, now can do, just copy this path and paste it here, and instead of this path I can pass the home directory, and instead of administrative URLs path I can pass our home function. So here pass home, then I can pass a name URL name variable to give the unique name of our path. Let's say this is home. To save it and run the project again. Okay, it's running now in our localhost 8000 port. So let me run it. Localhost 8000. It's saying that no path is in this directory, so there is a home directory. It's saying that hello world as a directory. So that means, so whatever you return as a HTTP response, so that will be saw in this path. So that file is home. So instead of HTTP response, I can pass the template request. So to render the template, so instead of HTTP response, so I can pass render. And in the render, that there should be the three parameter. The first parameter would be request, and second parameter will be the template, and third parameter will be the context. And here context data we will pass, let's say my context equal, a context would be in the dictionary format, say, let's say data equal to hello. Right. So in the here that I have to pass the template name. So before passing the template, so I have to pass the inside this template in the settings.py file, and, and inside this the directory. So I have to pass the template, the directory. Yes, the directory will be that in this OS. Let me inside the OS dot path dot joy. Then you can pass paste directory. What should be capital? Uh, Paste directory. Then you can pass template. So because template is my folder where I can call that the template name. Alright. So there is already existing template here, so I can pass a new folder inside this. Let's say data. And inside the data in folder, I can pass a new template at data.html. Alright. So now I can inside the good views. I can pass the template directory. Let's say data is my folder, and template name is data.html. Save it, and now I can do that. So inside this context, okay, so the data is the data.html. So as of now I do not pass anything, just comment it out, and also just remove the context. So into the data.html, let's say I'm passing hello world, same thing, save it. URL file is okay, everything is okay. Now replace it. You can see the same thing. Now I can do inside the HTML file. I will change the text file h1 plus b is a paragraph. Now save it and run the browser again. Okay, you can see that hello world, and this is a paragraph, and that is calling from that this data.html file. Okay, so now we can pass the context data, and context should be in the dictionary format. So that will be, let's say, my key is data and value is hello. And let's say I pass the context, it will pass uh, the context here. So always remember that the render method that contains three arguments. The first should be the request, and second one should be the HTML file directory, and third should be the context. Okay, and so let's say save it, and into the HTML file, you can pass here the Jinja logic to call the context data, or you can call the Jinja logic. But instead of that, you can pass, like, say, uh, wait a second, inside the views, that is data, right? So you can pass the Jinja logic again like this, in the double curly braces, and data is data. Save it. That should be data, and hello would be the hello. Okay, okay, you can pass data, the value will be help, and you can pass like something like that. This is my home view. Okay, now save it, and enter data.html, say uh is, let me copy and paste it here. Context data is data, and save, and the data is coming from the context part, and this is the key, and this is the value. If I call the key here inside the double call braces, the value would be passed inside the browser. Let me refresh it. You can see that the context data is, and this is the value of this, the context dictionary, and this is my home view. All right. So this is our the views and URLs, and you can also pass the class based view. So to working with the class based views, so we can do one thing. So pass a generic class based view. Let's say I'm going to import this modulo to the Django preview modulo, that is views, that is called from the generic class based view, and you can pass the class based view attributes. Let's say class home view. Inside the view, you can pass this view, paste it here, and inside this class, as you know that whatever we function define, that is called as a method, right? So let me create a method. Let's say define get, and pass the request as parameter, and if I pass the get method, so get as a function, so that read as in get method in Python. So if I call as in push, so that will be called as in push method, and if I pass the update and delete, so that will be treated as an update method and delete method. So in this case, that is the get method. So the same thing is in the inside the home view. So I have to do one thing, that the first parameter should be yes self request, and you can pass the argument and keyword argument. If you do not know how many argument you will pass, then you can simply pass argument and keyword arguments. Asterisk. Right. So in this case, I have to pass the same thing. Let me copy and paste inside this. Okay. Now and settle enter. So and let me create another file inside the data folder. Let's say this is home view dot html, and let me edit that home view dot html, and data, let's say this is my class based view, and let's save it, and that should be so. All right, now save it and pass the url.py file, and let me import that part, that is inside the views from my Apple views. Inside that should be home view, and let me pass and url.py file home, the home view. Important part that you have to, let's say, path, and you have to write the home view dot h underscore view. Always remember that, and you have to name a unique name. Let me copy and paste in the name in the here. All right, now save it. Always remember that the class space view should be read like should be written as home class name dot h view. All right, now so that should be home view here. I have to mention that things here, copy and paste it here, and let's say this is home class space view, class based view, and this is the paragraph, and the context data is, let's say, that is h2, and refresh it. Yes, it's saying that this is a class based view and this is a paragraph, and the context data is this is class based view which is passed through as an context data. Yeah. All right. So this is the example of working with views and URLs and templates. All right. In the next session, we will going to work with the models.py file.